Steroids confirmed. Big traps. Big delts. He must be juiced. Anyway, yes, I know my shirt is ripped. I don't really give a shit. But if you want to help me afford clothing, you can buy my book. Anyway, today we're talking about arms and 5 things that I did to help me get over an arm plateau. The first is I started using fewer variations. Yes, less variety in my training program. I see a lot of people, they're doing 6, 8, 10, 12 different variations just for biceps during their week. Sometimes in a single workout. I've seen some horrible training plans. These people think that the more variation you do, the more growth you get. But that is not the case, and often it is actually negatively correlated with growth. You want to choose the best exercises for you. Don't go rummaging around in the fucking discount section. No, okay? Okay, get the fuck off Ryan Humiston's channel and do some real, basic, tried and true movements that are actually going to put some meat on your arms. Not dicking around with curling with plates or any kind of weird twisting with the pinky or offsetting the hand on the dumbbell. No, by and large, that is all bullshit, okay? And focusing on some new variation that you saw on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, not the way to go. And I've seen better growth when I cut out the bullshit. I just cut out all that fluff and I focused on basically 3 variations for biceps and 3 for triceps. And I just did more of those. So for biceps, I'm focusing on incline dumbbell curls, basic barbell curls, and then dumbbell hammer curls. Pretty much nothing else. I might occasionally throw in like spider curls or cable curls or some other, other reverse grip curl or something else like that. But I don't think that actually provides a lot of value, and when I do that, I'm actually shortchanging myself. Sure, you should enjoy your training and you should enjoy the process, but you should also realize 80% of your results are coming from 20% of what you do. So focus on the best things that actually work. For triceps, I'm focusing on overhead extensions, standing upright, close to the machine, and then also leaning away, plus push downs. That's basically it. Occasionally, very rarely, like once a month, I'll toss in skull crushers, but really nothing else. You don't need endless varieties of isolation movements. The elbow is a hinge joint, okay? So thinking you're gonna get wildly different results from some new variation is a pipe dream. Next, effort. For me, failure is the default. At a minimum, you probably want to be 0 reps in reserve for your arm training. It's not systemically stressful, it's very easy to recover from, and 0 reps in reserve is a very good starting point. For arms, if you're 2 or 3 reps in reserve, I don't think that's going to be very effective. For a squat, a deadlift, a bench press, I would say you can keep several reps in the tank, and you probably should. But for arms, 0 reps in reserve, go until you get a very grindy rep, or just go until you straight up fail, or go past failure. I often will go until I fail and then either use partials, slow eccentrics, or rest pause. Those can be all very, very effective. You don't need an 8-hour arm workout. You need quality, hard, all-out, ball-bursting sets. Get fucking savage! All right, I'm calmed down now. And these are hard sets. These are no longer triceps extensions. They are tricep sextensions. Oh, high five, bring it in here, buddy. Ah, shit. Next, I focused on lower reps. Historically, in the past, for the first few years of training, I would focus a lot on 10 to 15, 20, 25, 30 reps. I would even do sets of 40 and 50 reps. Why? Because that's what I saw the enhanced bodybuilders doing. Because that's what gave me growth in the moment. Yes, I got a wicked pump. Yes, it felt heavenly. Yes, it seemed like I was making progress in the matter of minutes that I had the pump, and even in the few hours after training. But long term, I hit a plateau. And what I did to get over that plateau, it was lower reps. Okay, so sets of 4, 5, 6. I know for arms that seems like absolute sacrilege, but it worked. And again, this is just what worked for me. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm saying it worked for me. I've even had times where I did triples and doubles, even 1 rep maxes on curls. Again, I wouldn't suggest this for everyone, and it's not something I would write in a program, but it has definitely worked for me. And, I know I criticized Arnold Schwarzenegger's program for doing like doubles on curls and lateral raises. And for the most part, I don't think this is the best way to train, but it can be effective for some. This can be harder on the joints, so listen to your body. If your elbows are complaining, go slightly lighter and higher in reps. But you can certainly throw this in, and as long as your technique is good and you are overloading in an intelligent and conservative manner, you can definitely go heavy on isolation movements. Just listen to your body. Next, I changed my technique. I started using greater range of motion. I was doing a lot of partials before, just like humistining it up, and I don't think that's going to be very effective for a natural lifter. That stretch is a huge promoter of growth. So when you're doing like overhead work, when you're doing, incline dumbbell curls, focus on the eccentric and controlling it as well as the stretch. Those are absolutely vital. And if you're not using the full range of motion and controlling that eccentric, you are probably increasing your risk of injury, especially if you're just letting the weight drop. Plus, you're losing a lot of the benefit. Next, I let my body fat percentage go up.
I'm a dirty dog.
The arm will look better at a lower body fat percentage. You'll start to see, details and vascularity and separation and striations and cross striations and all kinds of cool shit. But for long-term growth, staying near 10% or below 10% body fat is not a good idea. Yes, you look better, but you might need to sacrifice that at times and go up to 15, 16, 17% body fat. Yes, you'll notice less vascularity. There will be a blurring type of effect, but you will get stronger. On my overhead extensions, I've gone from 20 kilos for 13 to 40 kilos for 11 over the past 2 or 3 months. So my strength at that movement has almost doubled. And for incline dumbbell curls, I'm doing sets of 7, 8, 9 with my old 3 or 4 rep max. So I think just focusing on that progression and having a narrow set of exercises is going to be much more effective than trying to do everything, focusing on the pump and fluff work and higher reps and not putting in a lot of effort. Because, if you fail on a 40 rep set, odds are you didn't actually fail. You probably gave up because it sucks. Because doing 40 reps to failure is a monumental effort. I would never want to do that because it drains you so much and your performance starts to tank. Whereas with slightly lower or even just moderate reps, you can sustain that performance and actually go to muscular failure. Not just metabolic failure or technique failure or willpower failure, actual muscular failure. So if you want to check out some curling variations, my book does have a bunch, but again, don't use them all the time. Experiment, find the ones that work for you, and then stick with them. Don't just go into the gym and say, oh, what do I feel like doing today? That is not going to be good for long-term progression and actually improving. Stay the course, find what works for you, and commit to the process. My book will help, but you also have to take responsibility for your results as well. All right, that's all for today. Like, share, subscribe. Slap around that notification button. It loves it. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.